Hello, this is Grand Madam. Welcome to the Grand Collective. If you're new to my channel, I hope you enjoy this experience. And if you're not so new, glad to see you again. Well, folks. It seems that Feloniqua is going to militarize Washington DC. I'm not sure if that's the correct word, but the federal government has taken over Metropolitan Police, DC Metropolitan, and called in the National Guard because of the crime in the area. Now, a couple things have happened, which usually happens, but I guess you never know who's coming to dinner, so you have to clean up the area. And I suspect that's what that's all about. Um, Two things that have been in the news recently this week. Number one, Big Balls got jacked up after at 3 a.m. in the morning in DuPont Circle with his girlfriend after leaving a bar or pub. DuPont Circle is a very nice area, and things like that don't just necessarily happen. I was listening to one. Was it Malcolm Nance? Sarge said it was 8-1. That's not. Then again, we don't know. Big Balls runs his mouth. We don't know what happened in that bar. Okay, but 8-1 is really weird. Anywhere, and he lost. That was number one. Number two, a juvenile started shooting at a group of teenagers near the Navy Yard. These folks are really so. Who the hell shoots near a military installation but an idiot? Because what they don't understand is that a military installation has guards all over, on the roofs, in the alleyways. Talk about Sniper City to protect that military area. Yeah, and what he didn't know was he was being watched even before his shooting. So when he did finally start shooting, they just converged on him. Okay, his little behind, his young behind, and so El Presidente wants to do something about that. Okay, that's fine. But it's under the guise of we're going to get the homeless off the streets. I don't know where they're going to put them. There's no mention of where they're going to put them. They want to stop crime and beautify the district. I don't know what that means, but I just have a terrible vision of the National Guard washing graffiti off the walls of some federal building, of which you're never going to see graffiti on a federal building. What's going on here? What's going on? And according to the mayor, Muriel Evers, I think her name is, crime has dropped. But obviously it didn't drop fast enough or low enough for Feloniqua. Now, I've got the What Lies Beneath deck. I'm not going to be on here too long. I mean it this time. So let's see what lies beneath this military takeover of Washington D.C. ordered by the President of the United States. What's behind this, really? What's behind this? And it's just weird to have experts standing behind the president this morning during the press conference talking about a local issue. That's weird. That's weird, folks. I'm gonna bring the military in there to do what? Run the homeless out? I guess they're gonna pick them up off the street like trash. I don't know what. Put them in a container? What are they gonna do? What is really behind this move made by Felon 47? Come on. Don't get scared. Fox, the cards were trying to stick. I call on my tarot team. Hilak, Hilak, Nizariel, Azir. Hilak, Hilak, Nizariel, Aziel. Surround me with the flaming swords from all sides. Protect, 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 protect me. Protect my viewers, my family, their families, this channel. Protect. Okay. So what lies beneath? It's doing it again. Come on, you gonna tell me they get stuck? No, they're not sticky. They're like a traffic jam kind of stuck. A whole bunch of cards want to come out in one position. Do it one more time. You can only speak one at a time, cards. I'll lay you out. It's like everybody wants to speak. Gotcha. Okay, now every card can get the chance to express. Oh, okay. Is that it? Or is that nope? I really these energy in these cards. Is that okay? Nope. Is that it? Nope. Okay. All right. All right. What is behind then bringing the military? Well, the military are already there, but we're talking about on the streets of Washington DC. This doesn't make any sense. Keeping you a secret. See, this is something else. Now, when they're really expecting a big dignitary, they will drag the homeless off the streets very quietly. It does not make the news, and definitely not a press conference. So I have noticed, especially LA. Keeping it a secret, tired of the drama. So they're going to push this stuff. What they're going to do is push the homeless situation and the crime situation on further underground. Most on top ground now. They're going to push it underground. Push it in hiding. Caution. Caution. I'm running away from the issue. Yeah, okay. Well, there will be people running away or trying to run away, but where is their... They're breaking the contract. Oh, okay. Is it a social contract? What contract is it? Fighting for what you love, claiming what's yours, claiming what's yours. Love is a battlefield. Claiming they've taken DC back. Promiscuity. Does that mean they're going to get the prostitutes too? That's an interesting card. Bottom of the deck, expect a new beginning. I've got to look into that card. Now, I know I don't know, 14th Street, it's been years since I've been up there. Northwest. He looks like he's all down in the, Southeast is where that shooting took place. One of them, anyway. But 14th Street used to be the stroll. I don't know if it still is or not. Let me just look at the promiscuity. So basically, I wonder if they're going to do anything about it at all. Other than pick up the homeless in one place and dump them somewhere else, and come back and make the place all spit, span, and clean. Have people washing windows, and removing graffiti for some delegation or something to come through. Clarify promiscuous. Clarify promiscuous. Okay. Clarify promiscuous. Okay. Clarify promiscuous. Well, it was upside down. Okay, so that's not a real relationship. That's a transactional relationship. Okay, it's prostitution. So they are literally going to clean up the streets of Washington DC. Okay. long time coming. But they're doing things like bringing out the military to do it, as if we don't have other things with our military should be doing it. So, well, let's see what's the outcome of this. I promise not to be on here long. What is the outcome? What can be expected? No, what can be expected? Felonique was attempt to clean up the streets of Washington DC. What can be expected? And for once, he hasn't spoken disparagingly about a mayor. Muriel Evers, I think. I might be wrong. First name Muriel, not sure about the last name. What? What can we expect? What is the outcome of the Washington, D.C. cleanup? God knows, because they said they would clean up the swamp, right? And look what happened. They turned out to be the swamp. Okay. Come on. Okay. What can we expect from the Washington, D.C. That's super cleanup? Oh. Now this is interesting. This is the Four of Pentacles. This is holding on to what you have. This is the idea of can be associated with taking D.C. back. We're taking our District of Columbia back. It is for law-abiding citizens, and not those who spit at the law. That's what he said. I'm paraphrasing. By now you know my looks, right? Oh. Okay, here's the statistical reports given by the Page of Pentacles, the numbers of the crime statistics, which are low. They're 20% lower than they were, 21%. Okay, yeah, the statistics have changed. They're much lower than before, so says the Wheel of Fortune. Things have changed, which is also the Wheel of Change. And the Wheel of 84. It's a manipulation. Here we have the Five of Swords. And if you look carefully, you see one person who has captured the two swords of those who are leaving the beach. They're getting out of Dodge because they have been defeated. Now, this card talks about, a skirmish. This is a skirmish. It's not a battle, it's a skirmish. But what this card is not showing is that later on after the skirmish, these two are coming back for their swords. Here we have the Three of Cups. DC is going to be the party place of the nation. You think Vegas was hot? The collaborators are coming. That's who's coming to DC. And they're really going to shake things up a bit and make DC the party spot for the super rich. And the wheeling and dealing. Those kind of parties, okay? You're not coming just to club. You're coming to meet with the right people who can do business with you. And 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue is right down the street where new policies can be signed, executive orders can be signed. Congress is right there on the other block, further down. Now, the Nine of Wands is about what? Recovery. Recovering after taking a bad spill, recovering from a downfall. This is a painful recovery, but there will be recovery. This is near future. Economic recovery. Bringing the money back in, recovery. Okay? What has been lost has been reclaimed. It's been found and reclaimed. That kind of recovery. Right now, however, it's going to be, we have the Five of Cups. 3 cups are down on the ground, 2 remain standing. Mistakes have been made. There are regrets. But right now, to me, it looks like this DC cleanup might be an attempt. Again, recovery was right before it, at recovering something that has been lost. And here we have the Knight of Cups. The Knight of Cups is bringing an invitation. When is the next Olympics? I have not been keeping up with that, and I don't know. And I'm wondering, is he preparing for the Olympics? Whoever the DC is being prepared for, it's big wheels, okay? Major, major players. And here comes the Knight with an invitation. By all means, come to Washington, D.C. And this is the big concern. They want to attract the oligarchs, like I said. They want to, Feloniqua wants to attract the big money. Bring it home. Bring it here. Bring it to Washington. And he expects it to be a successful move. So we'll see. So we're not trying to take over D.C. and run the black people out. No, he's trying to bring in the big money, which in turn, if we're going to talk about real estate, some of these peoples have been in there. Some of these different people. DC is a very diverse place, and some of these folks have been in their homes for generations, and these homes are now worth millions. I'm not exaggerating. Some of these family homes, and I'm not talking about the big spread. No, that's out in the counties. I'm talking about that 3, 4, 5-story townhouse in DC. They are worth millions. They are in the right neighborhood that's super accessible to government agencies. I think I answered my question. They're concerned about young people running wild. They cannot have that. That was the Six of Cups. No, that has to be stopped. If they're going to be pulling in the kind of residents they want, those who can afford those $1,000,000 homes. I wonder how much. I was looking at a couple. We have the same kind of homes here. They'll run you up to $800,000, $900,000. But these homes over there in DC, they have already gone across the $1,000,000 level. That's back in the day. Those homes were moved into back in the day when everybody had 5 and 6 kids at a time and stayed married. Where else you gonna live with 5 and 6 kids without a spouse? You can't. Blockage, however, now I'm not sure if this is blockage or if this devil in this case is representing big business. Oop, forgot about the naked bits. It could be, in this case, business. So let me clarify the devil here. Let me clarify the devil. We know what that is. We'll need that. Oh, I'm using my gypsy cards. Sorry. Gypsy Oracle cards. Yeah. I've lost the box. I don't know where it is. Okay, what is the devil? Capricorn energy. I just answered the question, but let's see what the cards say. The Capricorn energy. Government is Capricorn energy. Pluto is still banging the daylights out of the Capricorn energy of Washington, D.C. So it all goes back to what? Capricorn is business energy, corporate energy. Okay. But let's just see what the cards have to say. Let's clarify the devil. What is the devil? What is the devil? What is the devil? doctor in this case is healing. Consultation. This is, yeah, the lover. And this is faithfulness. Ah. And this is a young woman. One more card. Haughtiness, the peacock. You know what? This is going to be a play pit. Washington, D.C. is becoming a play pit. Bottom of the deck. Journey. It's going to become the play pit. High rollers, higher escorts. Oh my goodness. Okay. They're going to make Washington, D.C. the end of a journey by invitation only. And you see, you have the key. I'm sorry. You see the key? That secret invitation for certain people. Strict rules about your entranceway for the pleasure seekers. Well, let's keep going. That's business. Monkey business. And it's the end all be all. It'll be the hub for all business. You get money wherever you are when you're in that hub. Right? Any direction you turn in, money will flow to you. Now this is to the oligarchs. This is not to the residents or the people living there. It's not for you and me. Then again, we might get a little snippet. Who knows if we can run through real fast and run out. Run through real class. We could run through, some of us have relatives on that level. Yes. Tell them what you want. They can get what we want. There's going to be definite opposition about this cleaning up DC. This is the Seven of Wands. To some, is a major disappointment. Four of Cups. Others are like in a state of what? They're going to do what? They're kind of in a state of shock. They kind of don't feel comfortable about the situation because they don't, with the military. I mean, they're used to the military, please. It's Washington, D.C., but not in the neighborhood. Not in the shopping districts. Not at the restaurants. Not on K Street. So they're feeling some kind of way. What is this about? What is this about? I'm kind of stuck here. And yes, they're going to be forced to see things in a different light. See DC in a different light right about now. And this is interesting. What was the question? What can we expect? People moving a little further south down the Potomac, maybe the Anacostia, southeast, or just getting out of Dodge. There very well could be developments down the Potomac. Yeah, the Potomac. That's old money rich. And see, that's another thing. People don't, if you're not from the area, you know nothing about Maryland and Virginia. Now you're beginning to move towards the South, and you're dealing with a whole different kind of wealth. Old money wealth. And maybe that's what he wants to tap into. Trump is nouveau riche. He's not old money at all. And they don't necessarily speak to the nouveau riche. Okay? Not even the black Gold Coast, Ivory Coast don't speak to the nouveau riche unless, they might run across them in a meeting, parking lot. Bottom of the deck says the announcement is being made as we speak. Yes, he's holding a press conference right now. Yes, he's at the podium. He is at the podium as the star with his backup crew right behind him. Right behind him. Now, behind that, I have a card of emotional withdrawal. Well, Peg Hepseth is kind of excited about it. I'm not sure about the rest of them because here we have, I don't know, are we talking about Bundy? Blondie Bundy? We have an emotional withdrawal here from someone who feels that they've been betrayed by the Ten of Swords energy and a decision has been made. So, this could just be another distraction from the Epstein files or the Epstein. I don't care. Well, they don't need the files. They have everybody else's evidence right about now. There were thousands of people running through that system, and they're grown women now, and they know exactly what's happened to them now. And the secret is out. We have the secret. The priest is holding the secret. That's probably Ghislaine. We have the magician organizing the whole thing here, the information piece. And then we have the Two of Pentacles, which is basically keeping it unstable. Don't let it get any traction. Don't let it solidify. Just keep it up and down and up and down and up and down and up and down. Working hard at it. Yeah. Yeah. Because they're working on the situation. He's working on that situation. Working on it. Eight of Pentacles. Anxiety level has built. But he is maintaining the emperorship. He's maintaining the throne. So that's what's behind the DC cleanup. Cleaning it up to make it a super. I'm thinking of the. Back in the day, I think it was Chicago. Was it Chicago? Daniel Bernstein? 1904 exhibition where they created a futuristic city. It looked like everything was made of marble, but it wasn't. It was just an exhibition. But when you walked through there, it was like you were in, I guess some people would have called it a rich man's heaven. Just beautiful buildings, or they were facades, structures of commerce, government, just buildings upon buildings. This is supposed to be the future of America. What was it? Daniel Bernstein, 1904. That's the thought that came to my mind. It was that it didn't call it a white city. It was just, remember the World's Fairs when they had the World's Fair? This was this is what that was. But let me hold on, maybe I can find an image. That was the plan at one time for America. Come on now. 1904. Is it Bernstein? Daniel Bernstein? Let me try that. 1904 World's Fair exhibition. Like, madam, what does that have to do with it today? That's what it looked like. World's Fair exhibition. Yeah. Exhibition. Oops. 1904. Let's see. Wait a minute, I see some. I'm waiting for my notices to clear. Come on now. Exhibit, not Missouri. I have, that's Missouri. No, not Homer Winslow. But it was a white building. These buildings would look like they were made of marble. Not St. Louis. It was not St. Louis. And that's all they're throwing at me now. I said 1904. I think this is it because the buildings are white. Here we go.
This last April, we just opened up our brand new 1904 World's Fair exhibit.
This is what the world was supposed to look like.
Our last World's Fair exhibit had opened in 2004, and we closed it in 2023. So it was up for 19 years. games. That exhibit was kind of ready to come down. We also wanted to update our storytelling and tell new stories about the fair, tell stories that you maybe have heard before in different ways.
Can't
so
see
we reimagined this entire
Can you see the
World's
loop
Fair
down here?
space.
Oops.
And really what we wanted to do is help people both relive the wonder
Like the Federal Triangle. The whole area is supposed to be looks like the Federal Triangle. If you've ever been to Washington DC, oh my goodness, come out of that. No, they're just showing how they. Anyway, I hope you get my drift. It's just a kind of, I don't know what that's an oxymoron. I was thinking pristine opulence. That's my best description of it. But anyway, that's what's behind the whole kit and caboodle. Folks, I'm not staying too long. As I said before, I was just curious to see. Oh, and yes, money is going to be made behind this Clean Up DC campaign he's got going on here. Yeah, I was just very curious. Wanted to share that with you. Enjoy the rest of your Monday. Much love.